Well, hello and welcome back to Omania. Today, I'd like to talk about the question we get always. Now that people are finding out that bikes should be based on height of the person, etc., etc., so we get this question. So the first one I want to throw out of the window is wheel size and the rider height. Okay, when the kids are very small, it's understandable. There are 8-inch wheel bikes, you have 10-inch wheel bikes, 12-inch wheel bikes, 14, 16, 18, 20. So most of the time, these bikes they're built with certain height of a kid in mind and age, because let's say, so you see two numbers. It says 5 to 9 year old and this height to this height. Our problem with that is that most people look at the 5 to 9 years old and they ignore the height. Okay. So the first thing I tell everybody is, hey, what is your kid's height? And all of them unanimously almost always say he's 6 years old, he's 5 years old, or he's in third grade, he's in fourth grade. I said, no, that was not the question. The question was, what is his height? I need to know the height, not the age. Well, it's an average 4 years. I said, really? You telling me there's an average 4 year height? I don't know that average because I've seen some 4 years who are way tall and some are short. There's an average for North India, South India. There's an average for people who live in interior, people who live outside the interior. There's an average for Europeans. There's an average for Africans. Pygmy has an average height, and Shaka Zulu's clan has an average height. What do you mean by average? You know, you already know in your family, sometimes if you check, there are some kids who are 5 years old, they are taller than other kids in the same family who are 7 years old. And you have some 7 years old who are shorter than 6 years old. So it's not about the age, it's about the height. When you tell us the height, we're able to put you on the right bike. So on our website, when you go in, okay, you'll see something, a chart that helps you select it. As a matter of fact, when you go to some big stores in the malls, they have a chart. They say this is a chart and this is the bike you should buy. The chart doesn't say age, it's always about height. Just imagine if the kid is 2 years old and he needs 10-inch wheel, and you think that at 5 years old he needs 12-inch wheels, and as he grows, the wheel size keep getting bigger. When he's 50 years, what will be the size of the wheel? You, as a 30-year-old or 40 or 50-year-old man buying a bike for your kid, if you're assuming that at 6 years old, this is what he should have, not based on his height, what should you be riding then? Should you be riding a 60-inch wheel tire? No, it's based on your height. Because you're limited, you're going to get to some point and stop. All right? So the first thing on bikes is the height. For kids, yes, sometimes you can say, roughly on 4-year-old, this is what it will be, but we don't want you to waste your money. So come or check this chart on our website. Then on top of there being a chart, on our website, you'll see the bikes. When you click on each bike, it has information page, and on the information page it may have different information because that frame might be too big. Even though it's a 20-inch wheel bike, that the frame might be bigger for taller kids. So again, not all 20-inch wheel bikes will fit all kids of certain height. Okay, now with the same thing, we're going to adults. In the market so far in Oman, you've been told when you go in, all they say is 20, 24, 26, 29, stuff like that. They just tell you the wheel size. They look at you and you look like you're 6 foot tall, immediately they say 29. You're 5.5, they say 17 and a half. Sorry, they say 27 and a half. You're a little bit shorter than 5, they say 26 immediately. Some point in time, there was only 26-inch wheels bikes. And they were built certain way that for majority of people in Oman it was fantastic, but for taller people and shorter people those bikes did not work. So now people are figuring out that yes, we sell bikes based on height. So somebody will call me and say, "Hey, I'm 172 centimeters. I'm looking for a road bike. What should I get? Small, medium, or large?" And I said, "I don't know, because each manufacturer, they may be following international standards. They still have their own bike geometry. That's what makes them different from others." Okay. For example, Kelly's makes international standard bikes, and Kelly's has small, medium, large. That's it for their road bikes. Only three sizes. But in these three sizes, they fit them such that they would fit all people. But if you go to Java, for example, they might have extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, and XXL. Okay, because for each frame they want different size of people to fit. So now I can't tell you just take small, it will work. No, it depends upon the manufacturer. Okay, so when somebody comes and asks me this question, I said, please come to the store, because another thing is, two riders of exactly the same height may not necessarily ride the same bike. Again, I'll say that two riders of exact same height may not ride the same frame size of a bike. Okay, let's put it this way. You have two guys, they're both, let's say, 175 centimeters tall. Both are 175 meters tall, 175 centimeters tall. One of them has very long legs, the other one has short legs. What does this automatically mean? The guy with long legs has a short torso. The guy with short legs has long torso. This upper part is longer. Okay? It automatically means that the frame sizes should be different. Do you get that? How different, we don't know. And this is where, when you look at some frames, you'll see that some bikes say medium frame fits from 173 to 100, sorry, 165 to 175. Large frame fits from 170 to something. So this guy who is 175 can ride on two bikes. And they think this is a vehicle, so they want to take four-wheel drive. They want a bigger bike. They want a bigger one. Actually, they end up in pain. Okay, because maybe they have a small torso. They're the ones that need a smaller frame. The other guy has a bigger torso. He might be needing the other one. So going to the shop and getting checked will help you alleviate this problem. Otherwise, you'll ride a bike and have pain. We have a classic example. There's a guy at our shop who used to have a bike, Twitter bike, and nice bike. With this bike, he lost a lot of weight. He lost a lot of weight. If you see him now, in a year, he's totally a different person. You will walk past him. Okay. And he was so excited and he just wanted to reward himself. So, what he decided to do was to buy a bike. So, he went straight to big shops that cater to a lot of people, and employees change very often. And that shop actually supplies to me. The big shop he went to supplies to me. And they told him, this bike fits you. See, it says here your height is in there, you can buy it. So he comes back to Oman. This guy calls us and he said, please bring your bike, the old bike that you're very comfortable with, you lost all your weight and you're happy with, and bring the new bike. Since they're both same size, we're just going to transfer all the measurement from the old bike to the new bike so that you can just start riding right away. I say, okay. He walks into the store and we look at the two bikes and immediately we go, wow, boss, the bike you brought is a very big frame. You will have back pain right now, I tell you, because you're very comfortable with this. With that bike, you'll have pain. No, 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 no. They told me at the shop, this is their bikes and it's going to fit. I said, okay, no problem. So we fix his bike. We can't transfer the measurements, so we actually have to put him according to how we should measure him, as if he's getting on a new bike. We tell him that you're still going to have a back pain. He goes out for the ride. He comes back next day. He says, man, I have so much back pain. That bike is, I said, we told you right up front that this bike is big for you. We understand that you are supposed to fit in both the frames. But this information, many people who sell bike do not know how to put you on the right frame. Okay, so when they have two frames, they will sell the one that they want to sell because nobody's buying. It's a big frame, you know. So that's the problem sometimes. Anyway, we ended up buying new handlebar because this was integrated handlebar with a stem to make it fit for him. He wasn't very happy with it. Eventually, he sold it and he went to the same shop, this time taking our advice. He bought the right bike, which he's riding now, and he's enjoying it. Okay, so it is important to go to somebody so we can tell you based upon your height what bike to take. Okay, so don't call and say, I'm 182 centimeter. What bike can I get? If you want a city bike, anybody can advise. But if you want a bike that will benefit you, you want to ride with your kids or something like that, then you need to come to the store. You need to go to the store and talk to us so we can help you get the right bike. It may be sitting in the store, it may take some time to get, but that's the right way to buy a bike. It's just like cars. Sometimes you might go to a dealership, they might not have the car you want. You may have to wait for it for a month. But then it's a car that you want that will fit all your needs that you will enjoy. Okay, so I just wanted to break that stereotype about bikes. One more thing I wanted to talk about, since it's about frames, you could be 7 foot tall. If the frame is big enough for you, you can have 24 inch, 26 inch, 27 inch, and 29 inch. Very often, we do get kids that come in and their dad is riding a 27.5 inch wheel bike, and the kid comes in and he ends up with a 29-inch wheel bike. And the dad is like, no, 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 that's too big. I said, no, the wheels are big, but the frame will fit him. It's about the frame, not the wheel size. And we have to keep showing it to them and showing how many times that this is the frame size for a tall person, this is the frame size for a short person. The wheels can be like this. Yes, they do create a height increase, but as far as the person handling it, there's no problem. So if this father is riding in the street and the son is riding in the mountain and mainly cross country and downhill, he might need bigger wheels. All right. So for that person, we might get a bike with bigger wheels, even if he's short. Where somebody is tall, but they do a lot of technicals in the mountains, a lot of turning and this and that, we might put him on 27.5 inch wheels or even on 26-inch wheels. All right. So break the stereotype of wheel size. Okay. Because till now it's being used, but it's not about the wheel size, it's about the frame size to fit the rider. The wheel size counts according to the sport, what you want to do. All right. Thank you and see you in the next episode of Choosing Bikes.